Good damn morning, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. Now, Jericho, you're not in your car. Jericho, you're sweating like a hooker in church. I'll explain. So I'm trying to be more active, people. I'm trying to live a little better lifestyle because I have to be there for my wife and my kids. I can't have no damn stepdaddy on my house. Now, I'm not shitting on stepdads. I have a stepdad. He's a good one. But not in the Green household. I'm going to be the one holding that 12 gauge, sticking it in some little, can I date your daughter? Yeah, I'll be the one sticking that gun in his mouth, you little shit. So anyway, so that's what I'm trying to do. And I'm on my way to meet my wife and my son at the park. So today, the NBA has a little beef with China. Now, the reason that's so important is because the commissioner of the NBA, Adam Silver, he actually stood up for freedom of speech. He stood up for the First Amendment. You just don't see that out of mainstream sports. So apparently, you know, what's been going on in China, I'll give you a quick little backstory. So the protests going on in China, and it's important to call them protests because the Chinese government calls them riots, but the people call them protests. So the people protesting in China, up until 1997, Hong Kong, which is separate from mainland China, was a British colony. 97, Britain say you can have it back, and the people of Hong Kong have been enjoying freedoms. You know, what comes when you don't have a communist government, you have choices, you have variety, you have freedom. So now mainland China is like, fuck that, we want Hong Kong back. But the Hong Kong people are like, fuck that shit. We like our ripped jeans and Pepsi and internet, so fuck that shit. They said, no, we're gonna protest. So it kicked off, you know, they're breaking up in the parliament, defacing that shit, cops shooting the rubber bullets, the tear gas, everything. It's crazy. So this has been going on, and I can't remember the lady's first name. Her last name is Lamb. See that, guys? Motorcycle cop just drove by me. I'm not shot. Anyway, so she said, okay, we'll take this, because she wanted to allow, you know, China to basically take some people, you know, some people they felt committed a crime, you know, to arrest them and take them back to China. And the people felt like this would be the foot in the door that China needs to come and take Hong Kong back, and along with it, our freedoms. Fuck that. She said, I'll take that off the table. They said, no, we want that to be gone completely. We don't want that to be an option. Leave us the fuck alone. So they did that, but it was too little too late. You know, the conflict with the police have been going on. Shit's crazy. I mean, people over there holding up American flags, saying pro-Trump things, reciting the Constitution. They enjoy these freedoms. They know what they're staring down the barrel of. They've seen what goes on in mainland China. And side note, I've worked in a very touristy area for 11 years. Most mainland Chinese people are fucking animals, all right? I've seen them piss on buildings in broad daylight. Fucking disgusting. You say what you want in the comments. That's what I know. Anyway, so the people are like, fuck that. No, we want to keep things the way they are. Leave us alone. China says no, we want to have control. And the Chinese government is fucking ruthless. I worked with a girl who lived in China for 4 years. She said that was one of the worst places she's ever seen in the world. The air quality, they had fresh air stations where you could stop and go in a booth and breathe fresh air. People shitting and pissing in the streets. It's fucking disgusting. A girl used to come into my store. I work right by a grad school, and 9 times out of 10, if you see a college-age Chinese kid, they go to that school. So she was saying how it was going to be time for her to go after the semester, and she didn't want to, and she was getting a little emotional. She's like, I have a boyfriend, I like the weather and the country. I'm like, well, you know, my American free-thinking mind says, why don't you stay? If you don't want to go, just stay here, make a life here. She said, I can't. The Chinese government paid for my education. I got to go back and work for them for at least 10 years. I'm like, fuck. For real? She's like, yeah, that's just the way it is. I'm like, damn, they probably got her family, like, you know, duct tape in a warehouse with a fucking Soviet-era pistol to their fucking head. Yeah, it was crazy, but she had to go back. But that's the kind of shit that the people of Hong Kong are fighting against. So the GM of the Rockets, I guess they're over there doing some shit with the Chinese Basketball Association. And so the GM of the Rockets tweets out a picture, and it just says, it's like their logo, and it says, "Fight for freedom, stand with Hong Kong," something to that effect. And that was it. And the Chinese government said, "What? We're pulling all your games. We're not showing them on TV. We're not holding any more events for you." And this could cost the NBA billions of fucking dollars. But the commissioner of the NBA, Adam Silver, he said, "Look, man, that's his right to say that." He's like, "I'm not defending what he was talking about. I'm just defending his right to talk about it. Like, I don't know how you guys do shit over there, but over here, we have freedom of speech. He can say what he wants, and I support him." And China said, "Well, fuck that shit." Now, this is freedom of speech. This is the double-edged sword. On this side, you have the freedom to say whatever you want. But the NBA also lets their players wear shirts that say, "Hands up, don't shoot," stupid shit like that. And that promotes lies. But whatever. Freedom of speech means everything, whether it's fucking borderline retarded or not. You can say it. And it was pretty cool, and it was very different and surprising to see somebody with such ties to mainstream sports be so supportive of something in the Constitution. Normally they use it to wipe their ass, but this time he was supporting it, and that really caught my eye. I was like, "Oh shit, you know, is that a sliver of hope I see in the horizon?" You know what I mean? Is there hope for us yet? Because we all benefit from the ability to say whatever the fuck you want. It's not just being able to say words, it's being able to express yourself, it's being able to talk about your beliefs whenever and wherever the fuck you want. That's the foundation of the country that we live in. It's the foundation of what we enjoy. You know what I mean? Just like that, the cop that just drove by me. In communist China, if he wanted to, he could stop and fuck with me and do whatever he wanted, take whatever he wanted from me. I'd have no recourse. I have no one to complain to talk to about it. You know, on an official level, nothing would be done. Shit like that. It all stems from freedom of speech. Freedom of speech is the root of this tree that we're all enjoying the shade from, so to speak. You know, so I thought that was pretty fucking cool. I mean, you know, the other 364 days of the year, he's probably going to allow the NBA to do and say some stupid shit, but whatever. I count this as a tiny, tiny victory. But people, I'm at the park. It's time to go play with my son, enjoy his laughter before the years fly by. He's too cool, and I got to drop him off 6 blocks from the school because I'm too embarrassing. Whatever. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell, utilize the PayPal link and the Teespring link to get your green gear. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.